You do have to train to test out where you know you're going to peak out. You have to test that, can I continue to operate under these high stress environments? And if you do fail, then how do you go back to make it work? Do I need more resources? Do I need more training? This is why we have to test.
A sim cell is used in an exercise to represent all agencies, organizations, or individuals who aren't really playing, but it gives a realistic feel to those who are playing, the agencies and folks that are playing.
We had those group of people calling in all kinds of simulated things going on in the field, and that gives the regional EOC a chance to practice not just the scenarios that people were at the high schools, but any kind of scenario we wanted to make up, whether it was livestock running around, problems with shelters, anything like that. So basically, we used the sim cell to mimic 1,000 different scenarios that we didn't have to play in the field, to let these people in the regional EOC get practice. They were able to make some mistakes without hurting anybody. Now they know what to do. Now they'll use that going forward to a real event.
This is the communications unit for the responder portion of this exercise. In here we will have incident dispatchers monitoring radio traffic and delivering radio messages to other players and other branches out there, and dealing with any of the radio traffic. I also have 2 technicians in here that will be repairing radio equipment, programming radios, and deploying portable repeaters as needed to support the incident.
The scenario was that the high school was currently being used as a Red Cross shelter for people who had been evacuated in previous operational periods. The building collapsed from an aftershock, and we had approximately 100 victims. We created 3 branches. One branch was for medical, and the medical branch director's primary incident objectives were triage, treatment, and transport. We then created another branch for hazardous materials. Hazmat team's incident objective is to mitigate the hazmat spill, rescue any potential victims, decontaminate the victims, and prepare them for handoff to the medical personnel. The third branch that we created was the law enforcement branch, with various objectives such as perimeter control, keeping the looky-loos out of the incident, controlling the openings and doorways of the building, and also helping us to monitor traffic control.
What the hospital side of it, when they're doing this exercise of urgent solidarity, what they are able to test is their ability to receive a large influx of patients from a mass casualty incident. We would transport those patients, and the plan called for us to transport them in waves. So the hospital would receive a large amount of patients, be able to process those patients as we distribute to other hospitals, and then receive another large amount of patients. This in turn allows them to test their surge capacities, their abilities to not only take a lot of patients into the ER, but also to move those patients to within other areas of the hospital as per their surge policies, and prepare for more influx of patients into their ER.
Okay, the system is a 2-gate system, so the parents will actually go to the first gate where they will get the form that they will fill out. They'll fill out the form with their ID, they get it checked. Once it's been checked and verified through the process of Infinite Campus, which they have access to through the incident response vehicle, then a runner will take them to the next step, which will be the next table where they will actually reunify. And the runner will run to get the student. The parent will wait, and then the form will be checked one more time for verification that it is actually the parent with the ID, and then they will go ahead and be released to the parent to go home. The way that it went today in terms of the process itself, it was a very quick process. At the front end, it was completed with over 100 parents in under 23 minutes. We're on the back end right now. But there were two people that did come up and tried to take students that were not on the emergency form, and neither one was granted permission to do so. So they had to wait for the parent to come with a valid ID on an emergency form in order for them to actually be released, the student be released to the parent.
Well, compared to some of the exercises I've been a part of, I was thrilled at how well this incident went. Are there areas for improvement? Obviously, but the beauty of an exercise like this is what it helps you identify those areas of weakness that we can work on and improve and do better next time. And it's obvious that previous drills and exercises that we have done similar to this, we have learned from it, which is why this exercise went actually surprisingly well and we were able to get the job done effectively.
Regional collaboration is the most important takeaway from these exercises that we conduct, especially given that we have partners like the school district involved. They're non-traditional public safety work that school districts perform. However, during any given day when school is in session, the teachers, the principals, the folks in the school police department, and others in the region collaborate to ensure that the students are safe. So this exercise really helps to bring to bear some of the specific points that everybody must practice to ensure student safety and the safety of those in the community as we move forward in our evolution of planning, response, and recovery.